We're at Mansfield Park in Hawick for the 4th round of the BT Premiership, and Hawick welcome last season's Premiership runners-up Ayr to the Borders. Ayr unbeaten this season with 3 from 3, having posted victories over Curry, Heriots and Gala. On the other hand, Hawick are still looking for their first win, having gone down to defeat against Stirling County, Watsonians and Heriots. Last season, Ayr did the double over the Greens. And of course there's much focus today around the man wearing the number 10 jersey for the pink and black, Scotland standoff Finn Russell. Russell, his younger brother Archie, is at outside centre, joined the pro ranks from Ayr and will be playing his first competitive game today since the head injury he sustained in Guinness Pro 12 action for Glasgow against Connaught and Galway at the end of last season. Delighted to be joined today by Ayr's captain, Pete McCallum. Pete sadly is out through injury at the moment, but Pete, it's a glorious day today and prospects for this afternoon's match.
Yeah, thank you, Graham. Great to be here. Certainly you don't often get too many sunny days in Hawick, I must say, but it's going to be an exciting game. Obviously Hawick are very hungry for that first win. We've had a good start to the season, but we're just looking at building just now and trying to get that momentum going, so it'll be a fiercely contested match, I think.
Thanks, Pete. The referee today is David Sutherland, who's a former standoff at Hamilton, and his assistants are Michael Todd and Stephen Ward. And we're underway here with Ayr kicking off towards the clubhouse, and immediately it's the Hawick scrum half Bruce Campbell that fields the kick-off. Here's Finn Russell in the head guard, and Ross Curl not quite able to retrieve that bouncing pass. So first scrum. How's the scrummage been going for Ayr, Pete?
Scrum's been a good asset of ours so far this season. We're looking to continue it today. Just about as strong as a front row as we've had out, so we're looking to use that as a weapon to attack.
Yeah, that Ayr front row, George Hunter, who's an internationalist for the Bahamas, I believe.
Yes, he was an international back row for the Bahamas in the summer there, so he's certainly bringing that experience to an already strong pack at Ayr.
George, of course, is somebody who's propped at age grade for Scotland and had a wee stint at London Scottish as well. But anyway, that first scrum is going to require to be reset. The rest of that Ayr front row, we've got David Young at hooker and Stephen Longwell, who I think scored almost as many tries as you last season, Pete.
Yes, Stephen knows his way to the try line better than most. He's pretty unstoppable when it comes 5 metres out. He can certainly smell it. So be watching for him, especially when Ayr get into that red zone attacking.
Okay, Bruce Campbell feeds for Hawick. It's into midfield to Grant Huggan. Bruce McNeill, experienced figure in the Hawick pack. Hawick's captain. And it's Campbell again. Good contest for the ball there. Campbell feeds. Armstrong. And a bit of space out wide now for the Hawick back row. There's a bit of handbag still going on over on the stand side, but referee plays on. Bruce McNeill. McNeill trying to find space on the outside. Here's Darcy Graham. Darcy Graham clawed down just 2 metres short. Ball's there. Onto the narrow side. Desperate defence required from Ayr. Here we go again. Armstrong. It's going to be a try, and it's Neil Rennick in under sticks for the opening score for Hawick. We're in the 3rd minute of the game and Hawick take the lead, and that was all from scrum ball initially, Pete.
Yes, I think Ayr got a bit narrow in defence when we were coming back across, and just let Hawick get round the outside. And Darcy Graham, I thought he was in, but you know, quick, good attack, quick ball, and they're cruising in under the posts.
So Neil Rennick with the opening try for Hawick, and the conversion is added. Just over 3 minutes played here at Mansfield Park, and Hawick lead by 7 points to 0. It's a very loud public address here at Hawick, so if I pause and you get the benefit of the public address, I'm sure you'll be enjoying it. Finn Russell in for Ayr to restart. And too long. And Hawick have the option of a scrum or a quick wee line out halfway. They're going to go for the scrum. You played down here a few times, Pete?
Yes, thankfully it's been quite a happy hunting ground in previous seasons for me. Pretty difficult to come and watch today, unfortunately, not get out there and enjoy the battle. See, Bruce McNeil was making a few friends at the start there, so enjoy missing out on that battle, but yeah, great place to come.
Bruce McNeil, once of a front row fame, these days a back row player. Good quick strike for Hawick there, and Keith Davis on the pickup. Davis is Rennick outside him. Rennick, here's Darcy Graham again. Graham kicks ahead, scurrying back. It's Grant Anderson. Anderson onto the right boot. It's caught by Bruce Campbell. Campbell feeds inside. Taken on again. Darcy Graham joins the ruck. Taken on by Fraser Rennick. On the 10-metre line. Campbell fishes for ball. Armstrong. Ayr having to scurry across field to cover. Armstrong again. Campbell. Ayr up very quickly. Referee ruling not releasing after the tackle, and it's a penalty for Hawick between the halfway and 10-metre line. Lively start from the home team, Pete.
Yeah, you can certainly tell they're up for it. They're playing nice attacking rugby wide, so I think if that's anything to come for, we're in for a treat today.
So we'll have a line out, Hawick ball. 35 metres out from the Ayr goal line. Line out options for Hawick. Michael Robertson, experienced figure, wearing the number 5 shirt. And we've got Dylan Harlan wearing number 4. Harlan from Johannesburg, one of 2 South Africans in the Hawick ranks. The other is winger Wes Hamilton. Anyway, Hawick rumbling on. Campbell. Huggan adds his weight. Onto the narrow side we go. Armstrong again. George Hunter didn't buy that dummy. Good slip pass there.
Move it.
Turnover ball, and it's on. Finn Russell to his brother. Oh, lovely pass to Craig Gossman. Gossman tackled by Wes Hamilton. But that was a glimpse of the pace in the Ayr side there, Pete.
Yeah, that's how Ayr wanted to play. We're just struggling to hold on to possession. Lee Armstrong's controlling the game very well for Hawick, but that's how we were wanting to play nice attacking rugby, get out into our exciting wingers and see what they can do.
Lee Armstrong, of course, Scotland Club International standoff. But back to this line out, and it's Fraser Rennick, who was part of the Scotland under-20 squad during the Junior World Championship in Manchester in the summer, but right on cue. The referee ruling there was some offence in the line out. Campbell taps, and I'm not sure that Armstrong made quite the connection he would have wanted there, but anyway, we've got a line out just shy of the Ayr 10-metre line. Ayr a number of targets in the line out. Rob McAlpine, the former Edinburgh Rugby pro, who was actually drafted to Hawick at one point, so they know Rob well down here. And Scott Sutherland, a very experienced second row forward, formerly Greenock Wanderers, another club internationalist. tidying up there. Here goes Ross Carl. Armstrong feeding. And Ayers pack arriving. Russell. Grant Anderson, good hands again to Craig Gossman. Gossman back to Anderson. Fraser Rennick with a tackle ball. I think might just have gone forward there. But Ayers starting to get a wee bit possession. Maybe just need to look after it a wee bit more.
Yeah, we're starting to play the way we want to. It's just that ball seemed to, didn't quite see a knock on myself there, but it seemed to be in the bottom of the rock. But that's us starting to fire. We had the forwards going round the corner there and starting to play how we want to.
So Bruce Campbell, product the Hawick YM, ready to feed this scrum. The Hawick front row, Callum McIntosh, who's played his club rugby for Gala, Boroughmuir and Stuart Smallville, is at Loosehead. Fraser Rennick the hooker, and on the tight head side the indestructible 39-year-old Matt Landals. Remember Matt being part of the same Scotland under-19 squad as Chris Patterson, and that wasn't yesterday, but still doing Trojan work for the Greens on that tight head side. Davies feeds. Darcy Graham looking lively. Campbell again. Changes direction. Taken on by McIntosh. Long blast in the whistle there from David Sutherland. Holding on the tackle, Pete.
Yeah, Stephen Longwell, he's so quick over the ball. He's almost like an extra back row at times when he gets over that ball. If he's there, nobody's shifting him.
A big unit, as they say. Russell, lazy swing of that right foot, and this is a good platform now for the air pack, within 10 metres of the home try line. What are the options here for Ayr, Pete?
It's looking like it's going for a 6-man here, or maybe a 7-man. We'll be looking to drive this, I think, and it's been a good weapon for us so far this season, and we'll be looking to continue it here.
So with the scrum cap is Rob McAlpine, and it goes to McAlpine, but the referee rules not straight. So all that speculation is rendered void. But anyway, we're coming up to 11 and a half minutes played here at Mansfield. If you've just joined us on Scottish Rugby TV, it's BT Premiership round 4, and Hawick are leading Ayr by 7 points to 0. Hawick searching for their first win of the season. Bruce Campbell poised with the scrum feed. The referee asking for them to reset. A lot of folk on that far banking really enjoying a glorious autumnal day in the Borders. The colours just starting to change, and it's really it's a cracking day. And hopefully the players from both teams can express themselves to the full today. Campbell feeds. Pick up by McNeil. And again, the Hawick back row trying to effect a more relaxed clearance for their backs. And that's a pretty good exit for Hawick, Pete.
Yeah, they did very well there. Strong pick from Bruce at 8. Will Bordeaux was great up in his face, drove him back, but Bruce managed to get offload, and Hawick have cleared nicely.
So David Young, farmer, 27 years old, from Girvan in Ayrshire, getting some instruction there from George Hunter, his loosehead, and it's Young to throw in. Goes to McAlpine, quick ball to the scrum half. Finn Russell now. Russell taken on by, was that Will Bordle in midfield?
Yes, it was well in the hit up there,
yeah,
with Gregor Hunter in support.
Hunter again. Ayr probing on that far touchline. A few back row runners in midfield. Free ball, referee playing advantage. Fed out by Armstrong. Advantage still being played, and referee deciding none was accruing, so we're back for a penalty to Ayr. What would you be doing here, Pete?
I think at this stage of the game I'd want to put it in the corner and have a go. As I said earlier, the driving maul has been a good weapon for us. Position we were set up, it was just unfortunate with the throw last time. I'm sure Davey will be correcting that this time.
So we're over on that far touchline now, and it's again within striking range for any number of manoeuvres from the Ayr pack. Throw in again, McAlpine the target. Ayr forwards arrive en masse. Armstrong barking instructions. Has it been turned over? Yeah. Tigerish stuff from the Hawick pack there. And once again the emphasis for the home team will be to try to effect an exit from here. So 2 chances within the Hawick 22 to go through some kind of manoeuvre from line out, and not quite firing yet, Pete, for Ayr.
Yeah, frustrating. That's a couple of visits down and we've walked away with no points. Quite often talk about 7-5-3 whenever we're in the opposition's 22, we just want to take some sort of points. Yeah, we'll be quite frustrated by that. We'll be looking at that in the video and looking to correct it for next week against Melrose.
Well, once again, a few pleasantries being exchanged there. Ayr trying to get a nudge on at that scrum. Calm and serenity restored after a fashion. And we're back to a reset scrum. Campbell. Well, Will Bordle maybe broke a wee bit sharpish there. But Hawick looking to clear and doing a reasonable job of it. So Ayr have looked to, I suppose, catch and drive the first line out over on the stand side in the 22 here. We didn't really get to see what the planned move was brewing there, because the rule from referee David Sutherland was not straight. Second one, it was catch and drive. Let's see what they do here. McAlpine, Ayr get the second bite of the cherry, but referee rules a knock on. So Hawick competing well at line out, and Ayr just not quite clicking yet, Pete.
Yeah, you can see the right ideas there, just the execution isn't quite 100% at the moment. Don't know if the bus journey's still in the boys' legs, but we'll be looking to eradicate that in the next couple of minutes.
So Campbell then shows he's ready, but we have another wee reset. The referee chatting with both front rows. And a lot of confabs going on all over the field. The Ayr backs also having a wee chat. The Ayr midfield backs in any event having a wee chat. And referee's patience is exhausted, so free kick to Hawick. And Armstrong comes forward. And we're up to the 10-metre line. 18 minutes played here at Mansfield. BT Premiership action. Hawick 7, Ayr 0. Can't believe that's you getting a bit of fan adoration there from is that a back that was waving to you, Pete McCallum?
Yeah, it was Fraser Climo there. He's on the bench today. Normally starts, but with Finn Russell released from Glasgow, the decision was to go with Finn. So looking forward to seeing Climo coming on the second half. He's a real superstar. So it'll be interesting to see his impact on the game.
Scott Sutherland driving on there from a wee break from Archie Russell. Here's Ross Curl. Curl barrelling forward. Armstrong feeds on. Armstrong on the air side dances. Here's Finn Russell. Russell looking to attack on the narrow side. Lovely pass by Russell. Out wide. Danny McCluskey inside. And great pace from Ayr. And it's an equalising try and a well worked score, Pete.
Yeah, Davy Armstrong getting on the end of it. All came from Finn Russell's break round the outside, putting in Danny McCluskey, and then Davy Armstrong finishing it off nicely. You can see tempers are flaring over on the far side. But no, it was a lovely score, and I think that's just what Ayr needed to settle it.
It was very good work by Finn Russell, sensed the space, and then McCluskey making the inroads up the wing, and a good support from the scrum half. Now, the referee did award the try, but after the fracas that developed, he's now consulting with his assistant on that far side, and we'll see whether there's to be any ramifications from it. The body language of teams at this point is always very interesting. So Hawick have gone back behind their own line, which, if I were them and I was trying to communicate anything to the referee, I don't think I would have done that. But let's see. Referee calling, I think, for captains. Bruce McNeil comes forward.
Scott Sutherland there from
Sutherland's there, yeah.
The usual suspects, I think. But I don't think there'll be anything wrong with the try. It looked good. The passes all looked fine, but I didn't quite see what started the handbags.
No.
But I think that's all it was. It wasn't anything more. So maybe a stern word and get on with your day, gents.
A pity, really, that we're kind of. Oh, well, my word. It's a card for Scott Sutherland. The try is ruled out, and we restart with a penalty to Hawick. So, like you, Pete, I'm not terribly sure what happened there, but the outcome is that the score from the Ayr scrum half, David Armstrong, is ruled out, and we have a card for Scott Sutherland, and we resume with a penalty to Hawick, and it's Lee Armstrong taking play up to the halfway line. Bit of controversy.
Yeah, I didn't see that one coming. Couldn't quite see what was going on over on the far side in the handbags, but obviously something happened, caught the eye of the referee. So Ayr will they'll put that to the back of their mind now and look to go from here.
Hawick driving from that line out catch, and they've made 10 metres. And a real chance now for the home team. Ayr down to 14 men. A chance to turn the screw for Hawick. Campbell finds Armstrong. Armstrong to Huggan. Ball picked up by Gary Johnson. Neil Rennick. Rennick, good tackle by Finn Russell. Armstrong again. Kicks through. Grant Anderson. Back goes Johnson. Finn Russell, close to touchline, decides to go off on a break. Armstrong taken on by David Young. Armstrong again. Will Bordeaux hovering. Back to Russell. over the head of Darcy Graham, and an accurate touch finder from Finn Russell. And Ayr probably just need to settle things down a little bit now and keep possession of the ball.
That was definitely the right call from Finn there. You could tell, although we had possession, it seemed a little bit frantic. So Finn is just taking all that pressure off, put us down in the 22, and hopefully we could put a bit of pressure on the Hawick line out and not make this exit too easy for them.
Fraser Rennick passes the ball to his scrum half. Craig Gossman fields the kick. Gossman, great tackle, very quick by Darcy Graham. Armstrong, out to Russell. It's on out here wide, Ross Curl. Curl, out to Grant Anderson. No, I beg your pardon, it wasn't Grant Anderson. Anyway, here's George Hunter. Armstrong again. Russell has a little show and go. Ayr having to commit bodies to win the ball. Hunter again, taken on by Bordle. Here's McAlpine. Armstrong to Blair McPherson. Hawick defence up quickly, but Ayr going through the phases. Russell inside to Ross Carl. There's a swinging arm there. And that I think was Longwell taking the ball on. Inside the 22, here's McAlpine again.
Needs support.
Yeah, a little bit isolated. The cavalry arrives. Slow ball, picked up by George Hunter. Armstrong, Carl steps, dancing, finds a gap. Armstrong again, and it's taken on by
Gregor Henry. Fantastic. Ghosted through one, stepped past the fullback and in for a second try in as many weeks. Fantastic start to his campaign.
What was good about that as well, Pete, was the continuity of possession, and that Ayr didn't panic. Even though there were occasions when possession was slowed up, they retained the ball, and then a good finish from Gregor Henry.
Yeah, that's exactly what Ayr needed. We just needed to hold onto the ball for a few phases. Strong carries from Robert McAlpine, Blair McPherson, George Hunter, all getting us over the gain line, and then the space eventually opens up. But fantastic from Gregor Henry, the young back rower from Wigton. It's been a great season for him, and hopefully he'll continue it on. Yeah,
Gregor Henry, according to the website, is 19, student from Stranraer, and as Pete was saying there, product of the Wigtonshire club. So you must be feeling a wee bit old in your mid-20s if you've got a 19-year-old in the back row, eh?
Yeah, it certainly reminds me. It was him and Lee Scott in the back row in pre-season. Both of them are still sort of 20. I think Lee's 21 maybe. So it certainly made me feel my age a little bit. But no, it's good to see the next sort of breed of talent coming through.
Finn Russell, accurate conversion, and we're all square here. The 27th minute at Mansfield, it's 7-all. So to achieve that score and get back into the game, a good result for Ayr, particularly when you remember that they're down to 14 men with Scott Sutherland in the sin bin for an offence which resulted in a try that David Armstrong, the Ayr scrum half, had scored, being chalked off. So 7-all it is, and it's McAlpine bringing that 6'7" frame into action. Armstrong opts for the aerial route. Bruce McNeil clatters forward. Ball went forward initially from Ayr, referee Sutherland rules, and we'll have a scrum just inside Ayr territory. As Pete McCallum was saying, Ayr next week are at home to Melrose, and Hawick welcome Boroughmuir to Mansfield next weekend. Hawick Hawick going to their bench, bringing on Ross Gibson. And next week on Scottish Rugby TV we'll be at BT Murrayfield for the Royal Bank of Scotland Scottish Rugby varsity match, the oldest varsity match in the world, they say, between two founder members of Scottish Rugby Union, the Universities of Edinburgh and the University of St Andrews. Women's match kicking off at 5 o'clock, men's at 6. Back here at Mansfield though, it's Gary Johnson trying to free up ball for Hawick. Campbell finds Grant Anderson, and Anderson opts for territory. His opposite number returns the compliment. It's Armstrong onto the right foot, and it's a bit of ping pong. His opposite number gets us going. Darcy Graham feeds Lee Armstrong, tries to dance, good tackle. Ayr looking for turnover ball here, but Hawick have. Bruce McNeil feeds out to Wes Hamilton. Hamilton kicks ahead, covering back is Archie Russell. And again, the value there, Pete, of an experienced standoff who sends space out wide.
Yeah, Lee just identified. You could see him shouting for the ball as soon as David kicked it into the midfield, and just is very deceptive to step, caught him out, but Hawick were able to get round the corner. Bruce McNeil putting the winger away there to put a lot of pressure on Ayr here, but we'll be looking to get a strong exit and go from about halfway, hopefully. So
David Young on this line out, and once again Rob McAlpine is the go-to man. But a wee knock on, and just these little mistakes which were a feature of Ayr's opening quarter, they really didn't want them to recur just now, particularly when they're down to 14 men. Good pressure from Hawick. Bruce McNeil's presence writ large in most of the work that Hawick are doing, and there's quite an energy as well from the Hawick back division. So an opportunity for the home team. Pick up from Davis. Here's Campbell. Campbell to the intruding Wes Hamilton from Cape Town. Campbell again, taken on by Stuart Graham. Oh, hint of a knock on there, but referee happy. Lee Armstrong out wide, inside pass, desperate tackle, but try given. And the Hawick back row in concert there. Great try. And again, they kept patience during the build-up.
Yeah, frustrating there for Ayr. It all came from that knock on off the line out we were trying to exit from. From there, a few phases later, Hawick are looking very threatening. And when they come back down the blind side, I think maybe that's when the extra man just showed there, and we couldn't quite get there. Looks like Scott Sutherland's about to return to the field. Hopefully that'll make a big impact now.
Good work by the Ayr back row, sorry, by the Hawick back row, and a try there for Bruce McNeil, who's barking instructions at his forwards. So an opportunity to add the extras. Neil Rennick over on that left touchline. Super kick, and that really has brought the home fans to life. And Scott Sutherland's spell in the sin bin is over, but it's proved costly, I guess, for the away team, because of course they had a try chalked off as a result of whatever misdemeanour he committed. Did well to engineer a try of their own through Gregor Henry, but the score there, a well-worked try from the experienced Bruce McNeil, converted from the touchline, so it's 14-7, and we've got 7 minutes left of an interesting first half here at Mansfield. So David Young to throw in for Ayr. McAlpine adopting a position towards the tail. Comes forward. All a bit of a shambles. First knock on was by Hawick. And I'm sure Ayr will be looking to adjust whatever is malfunctioning in the line out at the moment.
Yeah, that was frustrating. I think the lift didn't quite get Rob at full height there. There seemed to be something coming across and maybe nudged them out, but certainly they got knocked on at the back, which we'll be disappointed about. Half time, we'll chat about it. Glenn Tippett, forwards coach, he'll not be too happy with this first half performance at the line out, so expect it to be a big change in the second half.
Okay, David Armstrong, 26-year-old farmer from Castle Douglas. Oh, here's Craig Gossman, looks very lively there, intruding off his wing. Lovely quick ball, Russell feeds. Ball's out wide, but the pass just didn't quite go to hand. Build up again, really slick, but the final execution just a wee bit awry. Yeah,
it just seems to be that's been a theme from Ayr the last couple of weeks. That last pass doesn't seem to be going to hand, but we're starting to play we want to. You saw Craig Gossman coming through the middle. I thought he was away. When we went round the corner, it was good quick ball. Davy Armstrong controlling at the base. Just that last pass to Danny McCluskey didn't go to hand, but you can see Ayr starting to play the right idea now.
Ayr going to their bench. Craig Stevenson, another of their promising teenagers, coming on for Rob McAlpine. What can you tell us about Craig, Peter?
He's another farmer from down sort of Alloway. Arbroath. He's a very, very good player. He got his debut just the end of last season against Stirling and hasn't looked back since. He's good physical presence, and I think that's what we need, especially against this Hawick pack.
Yeah, Hawick definitely got their dander up today, and trying to work their way clear from 22. And Lee Armstrong does just that, just outside the 22. Four minutes in remaining of this first half in this BT Premiership match at Mansfield. And once again, just to try and iron out whatever is going on, George Hunter relaying instructions. Ball hacked on there by Russell. Armstrong. Now McCluskey feeds Grant Anderson. Anderson likes to counter. Just inside Hawick territory. It's Henry. Armstrong to Hunter. Crowd getting a little bit excited as Ross Curl tried to clear bodies out the way. Bruce McNeil gives a few opinions to the referee. The end result remains a penalty. Referee encouraging Hawick to stay on their feet, and Russell takes Ayr into the Hawick 22. Always a good time to get a score, but particularly before half time, as the Hawick hooker Fraser Rennick is getting some attention down on the 10-metre line. Left ankle by the looks of things, but anyway, he scampers back to his feet quickly enough, and it will be David Young. Ayr reducing this line out, and it's taken by Scott Sutherland in the middle. First clean ball for a wee while. Here's Russell. Russell taken on by his back row. Good quick response there. Armstrong, good pace onto the ball again. Close to the try line. Armstrong inside, maybe a wee bit upright there. Here's Russell. Russell to his younger brother, Archie. Archie stretches. Referee has a good look. He's going to consult with his assistant.
He's taking his time, but I think Archie got that ball down. If it was over the line, I think the grounding was good, but we'll just see.
And the try given. So Archie Russell receiving the pass from his older brother Finn. Archie, a Scotland under-20 internationalist in his own right. And once again, if you do your basics right and you get your line out right and you keep your patience.
Yeah, that's what I was worried about there when we started going round the corner. It was very quick, and I was worried if we maybe just want to take a wee bit edge off it when we were coming back. It was definitely the right option. They were queuing up to score. I think if Archie didn't make it, he might have got a word in his ear, but he's made it, and what a great time to score. 39 minutes on the clock. I think that'll make a big difference to half time for both teams coming out in the second half.
We've seen Archie's dad, as I think most of the boarders have seen Archie's dad, in a very fluorescent pair of shorts, enjoying the summer weather. I'm sure he would have been pleased with that score. And Finn Russell levels matters. So it's all square, and we are half time here at Mansfield Park. A really entertaining first half. Hawick 14, Ayr 14. Join us for the second half. Welcome back to Mansfield Park on Scottish Rugby TV. Hawick get us underway through Lee Armstrong. The first half, among the spectators were the Scotland head coach Vern Cotter and the Glasgow Warriors head coach Gregor Townsend. And I'm sure they were keeping a close eye on Finn. But they would also have seen a really feisty display from the home side, backing up their efforts in some good style. So Bruce McNeil in an auxiliary standoff role. Hawick again. Scott Sutherland slipping out of that tackle on Neil Rennick. Line. And Hawick through Ross Gibson, recycling. Armstrong onto the right foot. Oh. Here's Ross Curl now. Curl, oh, the pass to Craig Gossman spilled. Referee rules it went backwards. Armstrong, lovely dummy from the standoff. ruling a knock on, and that was quite a start to the second half. 100 miles an hour stuff, Pete.
Yeah, both teams coming out looking to play rugby and throw the ball wide. Unfortunate for Ayr on the far side, I thought it was on with Ross Curl and Craig Grossman, but fortunately that went to deck, went behind, and it got a wee bit disjointed from there. Scrum now, hopefully we'll get a good platform.
Laid back, doesn't he? Russell, 19 caps for Scotland, and if he returns to action for Glasgow Warriors against Ulster on Friday night, it'll be a very happy birthday for him because he turns 24 on Friday. To squeeze that in. And at half time we're hearing at Old Annisland.
I've just got word through that it's 15-3 after a sensational try by Kerr Gossman, so it looks like Hawks are starting to open up a little bit there.
Kerr Gossman, once of we're certainly fired up in the first half. Scott Sutherland does the most balletic regather you've seen from a that was, I'm afraid, not quite executed as he would have wanted. The idea was to find Craig Gossman in a bit of space, but he just overcooked.
Too much on it, but if that had gone, I'd have liked to see Craig in that sort of space.
We've got a wee break and play here as one of the Hawick players receiving treatment.
Looks like Ross Curl's getting a little bit of treatment for here as well.
The buzz of conversation around the ground. Happily, neither injury was of any serious concern. A lot of shaking of the head. From Hawick player who does actually depart. Anyway, we're back underway. It's Campbell, Neil Rennick in midfield, Lee Armstrong clawed down.
You're a bit short for numbers on this side closest to us.
Ross Carl, reception. Darcy Graham, crowd baying for a penalty, but I would have to say my first viewing of that, Pete, was that it was an accidental collision between two players. I didn't think there was anything malicious in it.
No, that definitely wasn't. Bruce McNeil clearly thinks otherwise by his expressions, but no, I think that was just an unfortunate incident. Referees got it spot on there.
Good work by the officials. Fraser Rennick throws, Bruce McNeil doesn't quite manage to gather, and the temperature is bubbling away nicely here.
It's fever pitch there. I think number 2 for Hawick is certainly making his feelings about that previous incident there.
Finds Finn Russell. Russell in the loop. Oh, number. Collects Ayers, bonus point try. Finn looping, Grant Anderson stabbing the kick through and forcing Hawick to concede a scrum 5. So that was pretty clinical finishing from the visitors, Pete.
Yeah, that's us starting to fire how we want to play. Those last 2 tries have been sort of more traditional Ayers style of play, and we'll be looking to build on that as the game.
And Finn Russell has contributed, said he, trying to do his maths, 11 of the 26 points thus far. Scott Sutherland underneath that. Little kick ahead, collected by Bruce Campbell.
There's now obviously Mar coming up to the ranks, but Ayr certainly still attracts as many top level players as they can, and it's good for the future of the club.
Who scored one of the tries of last season for Scotland under 20 when they beat Australia down in Manchester. Russell plays at scrum half.
It needs to go wide now.
Grant Anderson, here's Finn Russell kicking ahead. To 31 points to 14. We have an injury which the physios are tending to at present, and it's Darcy Graham, the BT Sports Scottish Rugby Academy player, who's receiving the attention.
Yeah, he took a big hit there just before Davy Armstrong.
Quite make it. So we've played 56.5 minutes at Mansfield Park, and Ayr looking as if they're in a good fettle to protect. (14-7) in the first half. They've scored 3 unanswered tries at the start of this second half, and now leading 31-14. And inevitably, when it's going for you, when you try in the opposition to do something be a wee bit more imaginative.
This near side, Archie Russell to Davy Armstrong.
It's Cammy Taylor on for Ayr. Another of the Dumfries and Gap. Picks up the fact he hadn't retired the 10 metres. There we go, not 10 he says. Referee Sutherland from Hamilton.
Afternoon.
The signal from the physio. So Hawick
He's bringing Fraser Climo into the mix and take Finn Russell off. I think Finn's been outstanding for his first game, and I think 4 months he's been out for, so he'll be glad to get us.
So it's good to see Darcy Graham back on. Both sides going to their bench, but there goes Finn Russell. So he's played for an hour, and I'm pretty sure he'll be satisfied with his return to rugby, including as he has a try and he finds a good touch and gives Hawick a chance from inside the Ayr 22.
Be interesting to see how.
Taken at the tail. It's that man McNeil. To take, but as I say, referee Sutherland playing advantage, so Hawick are trailing 31-14. 18 minutes to go. You'd be going for the touchline here, Pete, or would you be looking points?
You know, the way things are, they're down by quite a few points, so I think you would have to go for the corner. Got to be chasing the game. You need to take something from here. The driving maul looked quite effective on the near side.
Taken at the tail by Ross Gibson. Hawick getting a wee bit possession. A wee dart himself.
Work for their try a bit more, so a bit cheap for air.
It says a lot about the spirit in the Hawick team, though. They conceded a half century. Their display in the first half, but they meant business today. That score, so it's a 10-point ball game now, 21-31, with just under 16 minutes to go. And
The scoring for this afternoon, young Robbie Smith just come on for air, making his second cap for the club. He's a young boy, he's just 17 years old, so he's playing in with the men now.
Terry Skeet on for Hawick as well in the front row. And Robbie Pete Simpson, a fine back row forward. The same sort of period as Matt Landels in the Hawick team. Climo dancing. Straight to ground, says referee Sutherland. And to be fair to the ref, he's been pretty consistent on that today, Pete.
Yep, he was spot on there. With his big left peg.
That's what you want to see as a forward, isn't it?
Yes, it makes a big relief, especially in the darker months of the season when we're in our own 22. When he nudges it downfield, that makes a massive, massive relief.
Armstrong. McPherson again. How many points is that from the Russell family, Pete?
Oh, maths was never my strong subject.
So I'm reckoning 21. 2 tries for Archie, a try Left foot, but not successful on this occasion. Match, and if you were in the Hawick team at the moment, Pete, you'd be eyeing, I guess, the claw something back from there.
Yeah, you know, Hawick, they'll never give up, not until the 80th minute, till the final whistle's gone. So you can expect they'll fight for every inch of this this match.
Armstrong to climb. Kirk Ford.
Doesn't look like it's away.
It's
It's been kept back in.
Kirk Ford to stand off for Hawick YM. Turnover there, and Will Bordle showing his football.
Played 50 minutes last week and he got man of the match at Ayr. Got quite a nasty gash in his leg in the dying minutes at Terriers the week before. Came on, didn't put a foot wrong all afternoon, and he's done the same today. Anytime it's been messy, he's tidied up beautifully, and he has had a great afternoon again.
Climo converts. And we've got around 7 minutes to play. So you would agree, David Armstrong's man of the match? Any other contenders?
Oh, there's been a lot of contenders. Finn Russell controlled the game well when he. Anderson, again, anything that's come through, he's tidied up. Blair McPherson, he's really come into his own in this second half. He spoke to him at half time and he was frustrated that he wasn't getting enough. Never stops carrying, never stops giving up. He's an 80-minute man.
And from a Hawick perspective? For a high tackle penalty. Taken high, says referee Sutherland.
Hawick will look to put this right in the corner and go for that try bonus point.
Forward. Goes to support Robertson, and Robertson it is, with Bruce McNeil immediately there to take ball on. And spilt forward, and Ayr will look to either clear from this scrum feed or engineer another score. Seven tries from Ayr today. 5 in the second half. From hindmost foot? Don't answer that. Don't answer that. Anyway, the clearance the clearance is fine, and Hawick will have a line out on their own 10-metre line.
Yeah, he'll be happy to exit from there. Under pressure, line out 10 metres out, weathered the storm.
He would be about. It was Terry Skeet. There we go. Rennick again. Cam. Wesley Hamilton, if you just turn round, we'll see his number. Wesley Hamilton, the man from the False Bay Club in Cape Town. And you'd have to say, Pete, that Hawick were worth that score.
Yeah, they've deserved it. You could tell it was building in the phases before. They cut a good line. Davy Armstrong coming across with a hit, Grant Anderson putting pressure on, but they managed to get that pass inside and a try deservedly under the posts.
Ford adds the conversion. And, well, there we go. Who says that you don't get entertainment from the BT Premiership? 11 tries this afternoon in an absolutely glorious autumn afternoon at Mansfield Park. And let's hope a few more people entertaining rugby, because it's been a super afternoon here. And I'm sure that both teams will be thinking, a couple of minutes to go, let's see if we can add to the score. McNeil trying to the loop. Climo still tries to feed ball out wide. Referee looks at his watch and blows for full time. So the final score here at Mansfield. And continue their unbeaten record in the BT Premiership this season. The full-time score at Mansfield: Hawick 28, Ayr 43. Thanks for your company on Scottish Rugby TV. Next week, as I say, we're live at BT Murrayfield for the Royal Bank of Scotland Scottish Rugby varsity match. The women's game at 5 p.m, the men's game at 6 o'clock. We look forward to your company then, but in the meantime, thank you and goodbye.